Testing Repair Replacement PC3E Public Meeting, November 17th, 2022. In typical fashion, the Township likes to provide a YouTube presentation for the webpage for those who can't make the meeting. John, you want to come down and introduce yourself? My name is Bill Weaver. I'm the Sewer Department Director, and joining me today is John Shear, our Sewer Department Engineer.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks, John. So we have a 30-minute PowerPoint presentation. You go to the next slide. Thank you. The property owners are part of the project team, the Board of Supervisors, Brad Gutschall, the Township Manager. Sewer Department staff includes myself, John, our engineer, Jim Wetzel, Operations Supervisor. John Deibler is our I&I Coordinator. Clint Krieger is our Construction Crew Leader. Eric Morgan is our Inspection Leader. Michelle will be taking all of the private sewer replacement agreements we'll be discussing later. And Alex is our GIS technician. Also part of our team are the consulting engineers. We have Jason Hines, who is the group manager from HRG. Justin Bendinsky is our group manager for wastewater. And Joshua Sheets is our assistant project engineer from HRG. A little bit while we're here, recognizing the infiltration inflow problems, we first recognized overflowing manholes, sewer basement backups. We exceeded interceptor capacity limits within the intermunicipal agreements for the city of Harrisburg, Susquehanna, and Swadera. And at that point in time, PADEP provided notice that we're under violation of Chapter 94 in the Clean Stream laws. This was back in 1995. So as part of the consent order, this amendment was done in 2002 for a total replacement program. The program includes replacing all asbestos cement pipe that's reached its useful life from 1972 and clay sanitary sewers that have reached their useful life from the 60s. We do test and replace or repair PVC sewers that fail an air test and are contributing unacceptable amounts of flow, including private sewers. This includes all the project area we're discussing today in PC3E Claremont. This is the PVC area public meeting. These sewers in PC3E were metered and showed excessive I&I, which is the reason it was included as part of this program. So the goal is to eliminate overflows and basement backups by 2022 in Paxton Creek, and we also have to reduce the sewer system hydraulic overload by reducing the flow in the system so that it will properly function without the threat of sewer backups and overflows. And this is just an overall map of the project area. The folks that have attended the public meeting, for you that are watching today that have not been able to attend, this is obviously your neighborhood. It's Claremont. There's 138 homes within the PVC area. This is the overall map that shows all of the PVC and non-PVC, and there's approximately 400 plus homes in this area. Next one then, John. This is the storm sewer portion. So now that the authority is charging a stormwater fee as part of the Chesapeake Bay program and the MS4 permit, we have allocated funds in these sewer replacement projects to include the storm sewer portion, which is funded by the stormwater fund. This is the storm sewers in this area, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, but most of you may recall there was some storm sewer work done back in 2018 as well. John, you want to take these?
Sure, Bill. The storm sewer surveys that were sent out is part in advance of the private sewer agreement that you received most recently in the mail. To date, we have about 15 returned. We encourage everybody to return them to us, and we will be reviewing them here in the next month and a half to be included to expand some of the storm sewer system in areas that we know are having issues as reported by any resident that returns the survey. So like I said, to date, this is the map showing all the areas that have returned surveys highlighted on green properties. We encourage everybody to return them to us via email at mynewsewer.com or in the mail to the address listed on the top of the survey.
Okay, so a little bit about the project milestones for the public sewer and the private sewer and the public storm sewer system. Our first milestone is what John just said. We mailed out the storm sewer survey in October. We like to get those back in November and start the design of the public sewer and storm sewers. The design of the project will last all through 2023, and we will bid the project in November 2023, award the project December 23, and have a construction meeting in February 2024. In March 24, we expect construction to begin, and the project will last a year and a half till the end of 2025. All storm sewer work for this project will be completed by the Township storm sewer replacement crew, which we started in 2022 and realized a savings per year of $200,000 to $300,000. And that crew will start that work in November 24 and go to the end of 25. The total project cost, including sewer and stormwater, is approximately $17.2 million. As I just mentioned, this is the private sewer PVC area, so there's 138 agreements that were mailed out, and we saved the agreement discussion to the end. So a little bit about, again, the process for these projects. We've done probably about 29 to 30 of these in the last 20 years. The first thing that we've done is conduct a neighborhood meeting. We receive all the agreements, we perform house inspections, then we test the laterals and building sewers. We do have 62 laterals that have been tested to date, and that information will be posted on the webpage at some point, but if you want to get that information, you can email us at the new sewer account or give us a call. Then we replace laterals and building sewers that fail testing. Then we restore areas affected by construction. Yards will be hydroseeded by a subcontractor, and concrete will be repaired by a subcontractor. Just more about the schedule milestones. We'd like to get the agreements back between now and November 2022 and January 23. Have the building inspections done in January to March 23, and then we'll have a crew that will come in, the same crew that does the storm sewer work will come in April 23 to start testing and replacing private sewers. Again, this is 138 properties. There's 62 people that already have a clean out that I'm going to show next, and that work, again, will take them from April to November 23, final completion November 2023. So this is a typical sewer layout that we'd like to show. Most folks don't really see the sewer in the ground. They don't understand the components. So the homeowner's responsibility is everything from the house to the main line in the street. This includes the sewer lateral portion, which goes from the sidewalk to the sewer main. If you don't have sidewalk, then it's usually just the grass area at the edge of paving to the middle of the street. We call that the sewer lateral. The building sewer goes from the house to the sewer lateral. That's 4-inch typically, and the lateral is 6-inch. And in between, there's a service connection point. We call it an observation tee. As part of the house inspection, is the process we went over earlier. John Dibler will be out to do a house inspection that will be scheduled either at the public meeting on the 17th, and if you're watching this video, then you will have to call our office and schedule a house inspection. This is to make sure that you have a typical sump pump with a typical sump pump connection that shows a connection not to the public sewer, but to a weeping area in the yard that is discharged to the ground into a pervious area and not into the public sewer system or the storm sewer system. So what kind of disruption can be expected during construction on your property? This is the contract spec that's provided in the contract document. So this is what you will expect if your sewer fails an air test. You'll have your sewer line replaced, and these are the components. It's pretty straightforward. As I said earlier, the sewer, building sewer is 4-inch, and then out toward the street, there's a T-tail for the lateral, which is 6-inch. We have the observation T that connects the two with a what we call a 6x4 reducer. So this is what to expect if your sewer fails an air test and needs replaced. We'll talk about the air testing now. So first thing we'll do is we'll air test the sewer. If you don't have an observation T, we'll have to install that first. And the installation is usually, again, between the curb and the sidewalk. If you don't have curb or sidewalk, then it's the edge of paving. They'll put in the observation T, insert a plug. They'll insert a plug at the house through that clean out. If you don't have a clean out, as below C note 1, it says that they can invert this for the building sewer pipe, but if it's not there, then we would have to either go inside or put a installation of an outside clean out to do this air test. So we'll air test from the observation T to the house. If that fails, then we'll have to replace the building sewer portion. Then we'll test from the observation T to the sewer main. If that portion fails, then we'll have to replace that as well. So there is a possibility that you could have sections of your sewer pass and not be replaced, or you could have it both replaced, depending on the testing. This is just a typical spec detail for the observation T itself. Some of you, if you're lucky, get the sewer to pass for the lateral and the building sewer, and you didn't have an observation T. This would be the only spec detail given to our folks, which is just the installation of that connection point, and for the testing, it's called the observation test T. At the observation test T, we put a casting. Some of the older sewers that were put in have a PVC clean out that's buried, and if it's not buried, it's often hit by lawnmowers. So we have come up with a typical casting that won't be damaged. It is set at grade when finished. This is just a picture of what it looks like after the initial excavation for the air test near the curb sidewalk, and then after the installation and the restoration. This is just to show the excavation for the observation T will depend on where the underground utilities are located. If it appears that other utilities in this area are buried, then we may have to move the observation T closer to the house or away from the house because of the conflict with Verizon Electric or water. The red line showing where the observation T should be, but if there's utilities there, then we'll move it a couple feet either way. So as far as the replacement, again, you could have the building sewer fail and get that replaced and have the lateral pass, or vice versa. So we just show both. So this is the building sewer replacement, what to expect if you fail. The excavation is not always known. We try to find that out during the house inspection, but we'll attempt to locate it and excavate at the house to start the replacement. Again, this only pertains if the sewer fails. So you can just see there's a trench box there with an excavator. And this is what it looks like after it's done, but no restoration. This is what it looks like after the building sewer is replaced. We replaced the sidewalk, the lawn has been fertilized and has been restored. And this, we have this posted on our webpage as well. We do have a grading and seeding policy. We do have a one-time seeding. We expect the homeowner to water the lawn after it's been properly restored and fertilized. And then there's just some recommendations that are made for the care after the lawn is seeded for the first weeks 1 through 5, months 1 through 5, etc. So essentially, we just tell people to be patient because you can't expect your yard to look like the rest of the yard in a few weeks. It does take 6 months to a year to get that lawn reestablished back to its original condition. Locking up. Okay, so this is what to expect. On day 1, the screen topsoil is placed and ready for seeding and fertilizer. Just a little bit of a background on the yard restoration. There you go. So the lawn, after it's watered, again, the homeowner must water the lawn, and once seeded, this is typical for what you'll see after the building sewer is replaced. We have very good success with the type of seed and fertilizer we use. This is just an example of what happens when the water is not, the yard is not watered. The seed can't germinate properly, and you have sparse areas of non-germination. So a little bit more about the project and the sewer replacement. The homeowners still can use their toilets and sinks while their service is being tested or replaced. But the homeowners should not use washing machines, dishwashers, and showers while their service is being tested or replaced. That's more of a heavier usage of water, and we don't recommend that. A little bit about the agreement. There are obstructions as provided in the agreement that are the responsibility of the homeowner. So if you have any affected bushes, flowers, gardens, etc., that you want to preserve, then they must be moved by the homeowner prior to construction. And then trees determined to be an obstruction to the sewer replacement will actually be removed at the township expense, and the homeowner will be notified that the tree will need to come down, but they will not have to hire the contractor. That will be at the cost of the township and by a township contractor. Any fences that impact construction must be temporarily moved and replaced by the homeowner if they want to guarantee the fence. That's the guarantee part is the key there to the original condition. If the fence is not moved, it will be moved and replaced by township crews, but we can't always guarantee the original condition. There could be some minor damage during the moving of the fence. So the property owner responsibility, execute and return the agreement, schedule an inspection, remove any obstructions that you wish to preserve, and replace after construction is complete. Notify the township staff of any underground utilities installed. That could include gas, water, electric for swimming pools, dog fences, water lines for sprinkler systems, and electric for landscape lighting. Water grass after planting is complete. So the benefits, you have a 50-year-old public sewer system, including the private sewer, that's been rehabbed or replaced. You have a storm sewer system that's been replaced and improved. You have, this community asset is now maintained and preserved. And the environment is protected as we eliminated the overflows in the basement backups. The township will be utilizing the Civic Ready program for public notification. If interested homeowners must provide a cell phone number or email address, and that will sign you up for a mass notification system and emergency alerts. John, you want to add anything to that? Okay, next one, slide. Also, you can visit the township's sewer stormwater project's website to stay updated on the project and to sign up to receive project updates via email or mobile app. Thank you. And questions on your private sewer agreement, you can email us at the new sewer address or call us at the office, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have on the private sewer replacement agreement. It's a standard agreement that we've used for the last 20 years again, that was done by our solicitor, and it's pretty straightforward, but we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. That concludes our presentation. Thank you.